Alrighty. I'm excited. You're excited. Oh, yeah, we're all excited. Today, I am going to be stealing some images um, from a really fantastic book, or at least a book that I've seen some really great work in, called Loomis Figure Draws. As far as I know, this is a pretty popular one. There's some really great images I'm going to copy today. We're focused on body position. And so there's a bunch of different, going to be doing a more sort of basic style and structure, focused much less on musculature and much more on where individual limbs and their sections are positioned. So I'm just going to attempt these sort of figures one at a time. I'm going to try and do it quite quickly. Get my timer rumbling just so that I can get some practice with these basic sort of shapes and positions and postures. It's really important. So much of this is just sitting down and practicing these different art skills, copying what other artists have done before you. My guy ends up being a little bit more buff, but that's okay. You know, it's all that drawing Arnie and Tom Platz and these bodybuilders I've been doing. It's infected my form. What can I say? Try and bring some hint of eyeballs forwards, yeah. Something like that. And I want to steal their enough form, but I also want to maintain the internal logic of my own figure. Is this going to work out? Ooh, maybe. It's always crazy how these bodies can contort. And it's still somehow end up looking somewhat naturalistic on the page. Animators use that to serious effect, as I mention every time I teach this. So this person ended up a little more flancy and chunky than I'd expected. No offense intended whatsoever. Look, it's a little bit of a pirouette there. I'm sorry, especially on the other hip. That's okay. Commit a little bit and then move on, I think. No need to get tied down in any particular. Try to use some different techniques. See, I lost the sort of... The trunk is stalled for me. And I think that caused the biggest variation. I'll try and put more of a lean in this guy. Different pose. And again, some nice flourished strokes. Try and practice. I'm not sure how loose I should get with this, but right now I'm kind of enjoying just like carving it out. See, that's pretty cool, man. I'm not sure. Why not? I don't want to just leave that there and move on. Let's try this backflip. Classic bend of the rib. Not sure if I can rescue this one, but I'll try. Ooh, maybe. You see what I'm seeing? Probably not. Bit of a chin here. It's almost like a matrix sort of thing going on here. Ooh, I think I'm emphasizing the wrong shape there. Interesting. It's kind of cool though. I don't know, might take another stab at that one. There we go. I think I managed to figure out where that all went a little funky. Sit her down a little bit. Ding, 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 ding. Okay. Then same foot, yeah. So I like that a bit better. It's a good little practice there. Trying to throw that back. Toss the head. I actually liked that head before, so. Now I think the arm stroke will just be that much easier. Yeah, look at that flourish. Much easier. And this one clearly was a mistake to attempt you first. Oof. Sometimes an extra curve can be good there, but here's a big thumb. You're welcome. Again, actually emphasize the right line this time. Bring some length and strength. And curves, bit of armpit hair, why not? Get some of that basics in. So there we go, a couple similar shots, similar poses. Keep on wandering around, try something a little more front up. Just my image here. This is, what is it, page 73 in all of this? Of course, they suggest also to come up with some of your own ones. I'm not gonna lie, based on how these are going, I'm not feeling the most confident for that, but maybe I will. Might do that at a different time, though. This guy got a bit of a hook nose going on, but that's okay. Can still be beautiful. Fantastic. Catch that back. Down into the lower body. Starting to feel a little more comfortable. Throw that other bottom in there. Not sure what he's supposed to be doing with this leg out here, but it's certainly quite a dynamic pose. Sort of a dance. Got to ground him a little bit, I suppose. It's interesting. I'll reshot that knee a bit. Give him a bit more of a front, too. Chest to be proud of. Arm coming out. Trim on the knee. Trim on the leg. Try and clean up that calf a little bit. And shoot the arm out. Hey, some more terrible hands. You know, that's okay. I'm focused on body position right now. This is really one of the number one ways to improve in art. It's just to, know what you're doing. I would like to be better at the shape of this body. And the shape of the body I'm actually quite proud of overall. And then, what exactly it looks like beyond that, it just isn't that important. Even if you start out making art and you try to make everything the best thing you ever did, then I got bad news for you. It's going to be a rough ride. You're going to be sad a lot. Why do that to yourself? Art is great. It's huge fun just to create, be a part of this process, have this moment, be able to take this peaceful moment, spend it just creating something. It's just going to my sketchbook. And on the internet, I suppose, but just a part of the process, getting better. This is actually an approximation of the deltoid shape is included in here. It's really cool. Yeah, hand on the hip. Plus, maybe someday I could draw some cartoons again. Look at that. Look at that alpha alarm. Oh, well, I tried. Rescue a bit. Coming to the airpin. So they really nailed this relationship between the bicep, the lat muscle in the back, the lower back here, and the top of the glute. That's really strong. Interesting. It's probably a good tip if you like holding on to little pieces like that, but each person is their own thing, and preserve them how you in an original way. For they are themselves originals. Beautiful. Cut that into the sweep of the upper thigh. It's pretty particularly bold calf there. Sorry, buddy. Or maybe you're welcome, I don't know. Talking to you to drawings, by the way, is an essential part of it. This one's apparently got a hand in pocket. You can't develop a relationship with your art. It should be positive. Positive self-talk, positive art talk. You're looking good. Keep looking that way. Ooh, there we are. I think I hit that pretty much on the nose as far as what I had wanted, I must admit. I put that overall shape and structure. But I would not be against committing a little shading. Bit of scratching on the shoulders. I want to there's an actual waist I would like to dictate here. And this is a totally different set of lines from what exists in the original in terms of the legs, but I actually kind of like these forward thrust legs. Yeah, and then the pelvic line here. I gotta start thinking about how to incorporate that a bit better. I'm not sure that was the best way to do it there. Throw that rear leg in the shadow, I think. But keep these straight lines nice and consistent like that, then hopefully it just sort of fades in the background there. Alright, I'm pretty happy with that. Try another one right beside him. And we'll flip the page, maybe move on to something new. Similar but different. Body positions, but more detail. And I think some ladies they've got on the next page. I haven't drawn some ladies much in the series. Just had a good run with some big muscly dudes. Get some gals in there for balance. Of course, you should draw whatever body types you think are interesting. Ooh. Yeah, for me, I've always enjoyed the muscly dudes, I must admit. They're pretty fun to draw. All those like curves and balloons. Like these are fun too, but everybody's got their preferences for what they enjoy. These cross leg poses, This Loomis person, really enjoys them, let me tell you. I did look into the Loomis thing at one point a little bit, but I can't remember much about it right now. I'm sorry. I've seen some really great reference images in there, and drawing from other people's drawings is often just so much easier than doing yourself. That's part of the reason I'm trying to do this. Is I actually think this can be a useful resource if you copy this. They're not fantastic, but that's okay. If your work's fantastic, you don't have to copy my stuff. That is okay. Or if you're just enjoying yourself doing it, that's good too. I'm looking for new exercises or ideas. I'm out here scratching away. All right, we're up to 15 minutes. Check to make sure there's nothing crazy under there. Flip it over. Still sure we're still somewhat in line. I've got some beautiful ladies lined up now. It's crazy hair. This is one I've drawn already. I'm gonna take another stab at it right now for you though. Okay, probably right about over here. Though I must admit that right side of my back is getting pretty tired. So this is the crazy hair. Just want a hint of it. Face, beautiful face. I'll start there. It's super hard. Yeah, it's already starting to look like a mummy. Horrendous, but I'll take it. Not the worst shoulder start. She's got an arm that comes all the way back, hand that flips over. Around and down. Okay. Heels. I love drawing a good pair of heels. Okay. These aren't the most inspired heels, I must admit. I'm sorry, I don't know why you clubbed your foot like that, lady. I'm so sorry. There we go, that's a bit better. Just trying to focus on that overall shape and figure. It's like almost straight here. It's crazy. Tiny hint of breast, other arm. Stomach. Curves. Shading. Starting to get somewhere. There we go. Sorry, I had to be quiet there. Maximum focus on this face. I find it really challenging, so. Okay. I also need to change my posture. That's the problem. All these different setups. So, abandon that thought and return to the art. Trying to get the shading just as it's done in the book. It's good to practice other people's shading styles. I'm also a much better copier than I am a original artist most of the time, that's for sure. I have an occasional idea, but yeah, there we are. I'm starting to be pretty happy with this, I must admit. There we go. I think I actually got the shapes and curves down here pretty much as expected. It's got some shading down here for some reason. And then I think just, a couple missing straps, a few hints on this other leg. Ooh. Shade that in. So I think that's probably about as good as we're gonna get. Pretty happy with it. Could do more in the hair, that sort of thing, but in terms of essential features, I'm pretty happy. Let's try another lady. I'm going to choose this as my starting point. I like this armpit. Around and leg. Got almost like an HB sort of look here on this paper. Not that I'm totally against that. At one point in my youth, I rebelliously decided that the only pencil I ever needed to draw with was HB. It's actually, in some ways, kind of a decent decision because meant there's never any faffing around with different sorts of pencil. I was always just like, oh, HB, here we go. So the way they manage this lining is based on perspective. I want to try and get these proportions right. They're quite tricky. And other leg sort of tucks out over here. So having started it off, I'll try and capture the foot on the other side. I'm lucky I might even get a bit of scale. And then it tucks up. And takes on, that customary curve that I did not quite master. Anyway. So actually it comes in quite sharp. I think this is still gonna work. But we'll find out. The hard way, as always. So she's sort of like collapsed in on herself with, oh, that sounds really bad. Just collapsed over herself. With her arm like above her head. Hopefully at a certain point it starts to come through. Oh man. Somebody kind of, hopefully in the future is me saying, oh man, it worked out so well. I have my doubts. That's an ear. I know. Don't call me crazy, okay? Ooh, I put her head directly. That's what's going on. Oh, I might have this. Come on, we got this. So this is another hand, and again, not that focused on hands right now. But that's pretty solid little claw hand there. Come back around into the forearm. See, this Loomis gave up on the hand up here as well, and I'm happy to follow that example. Cut here. Got a little too crazy with your hair, sorry, lady. Toss in some shading, try and get that perspective in a little bit, and then come back and just try and make all the shapes work, I guess. Got a prominent breast here. Tastefully done, of course, or at least hopefully tastefully done. No promises, I'm afraid. I'm sure at this point everybody skipped ahead to see if this works out. I don't blame you. Check the video, find out everybody stopped watching at this point. No! So I'm gonna give, there's some nice hints of cloth and things out here too. Again, not a huge priority right now, but I do want to try and, capture some of the spirit of this image. You might be like, well, I just not a priority, but this doesn't mean you still can't. No. I really am. The goal in each of these things is to focus quite a lot on the thing that I'm actually trying to improve. So if it's supposed to be body positions, most of that effort really has to be spent on body positions. You sit down and say you're going to study body positions, and then you do a whole bunch of work on clothing. That's really valuable work, but it's not very effective uses of your deliberate study time. Yeah, got to be able to take control of that sort of thing. That's when it becomes really useful. Here we are, a little bit of armpit action coming along. Most of that's a self-speech, by the way. I'm sure lots of you guys listening are much better at organization and things than I am. Okay, I'm quite happy with what we managed to rescue from this. Not bad at all. Give it a bit of shape and volume. Try and I feel like this leg got a little ambitious, but see if that helps out a little bit. Give some definition over here. Give some love to this couch or whatever it is very quickly. Same deal over here. Mostly just because it brings in definition to the leg. Gives it a real background. I'm not going to forget the angle as I come in and do the same sort of thing over here. And this is a couch or something clearly, so keep in mind that in that case it has to go under the arm, so alter my shading slightly to reflect that. And of course a bit on the arm itself. Sleeping lady here. Probably just nodded off while having her portrait done. There we go. A little bit of vision. Nose in. It's much easier to rotate the canvas for this sort of thing, but you know. I'm feeling pretty bold right now, so you know, I'm not gonna do that. Is that a mustache or lips? I'm hoping it looks like lips. Gotta hit the chin at just the right point. I think that was pretty good. Here. Throw the hair in a bit better. Give it some shading. Some identity. Yeah, I'm getting pretty happy with this. I think we are managing to accomplish something. We're also coming up to the 32-minute mark here, which put some final touches on this lady here. Then I think we're going to call it. I'm pretty happy with that. I hope you're happy with yours if you've been drawing along. If you haven't, why not? Go for it. I'm not that fast. And if I am getting ahead of you, you'll just catch up. If you're way faster than me, then, you know, you're amazing. Show me your art. Did I really, after all that, you know, guess cleaning up the foot and the leg down here probably a little bit would be nice. It's not my best shading black, so I'm just going to and then hopefully that helps a little bit. All right, a couple pretty solid ladies, all sorts of different funky positions. I hope you've enjoyed watching this. I've enjoyed drawing this, and I hope you find some remarkable positions and things to draw yourselves. So have a lovely day, and I will catch you next time.